Hey, folks, welcome to the Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose,
where we bring hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day out the AFA way.
Hey, so today is Wednesday, the 25th of November, and we're going to start off with an AFA quote and remind you that you are AFA. That's absolutely fucking amazing, by the way. You are truly absolutely amazing.
Yes, if you woke up today and took a breath and you got out of bed, you are AFA. You are absolutely fucking amazing. Keep going,
amazing.
never give up, and know that we're here and we love you all.
Absolutely.
All right, Mark. What's the quote?
Oh my gosh. So today the quote is, holy cow, go to bed earlier, Mark. No, that's not the quote.
Mark's son got in late last night, right?
Yeah.
It's okay.
And, 1 o'clock.
There you go. You were up late.
A little bit of coffee, 1 o'clock, woke up 2 minutes ago, and here we are on the show. Yeah, here we go. All right.
All right.
It comes from You Are What You Think by Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Ooh.
Yeah. Here it is. By being big enough to make amends with your so-called enemies, you'll respect yourself much more than prior to your acts of forgiveness.
There you go. And here's one thing that just pops into my mind right away. How we often see ourselves as our enemy. Right? So
yes.
Isn't that fascinating? It just popped into my head how hurting people hurt. Right? And so loving people love. And when you're in that space where you don't know, you often get into cognitive dissonance, knowing something, but not feeling it. And so how do we shift that perspective? By doing the inner work.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? It takes courage. It takes courage to make amends to somebody. Believe me, I've done it over and over again, many, many, many times. And it's hard to, swallow your pride, get rid of all of the reasons why the other person was wrong. And guess what? If they wronged you, so be it. That's what it is. Everybody's human. Everybody has a different perspective and things happen. And so,
and we both know too, we don't have to live in the story.
We don't.
Right? We don't have to live in the story. The most powerful and loving thing that we can do is to accept what is. And Eckhart Tolle reminds me, if you can't accept what is, accept the fact that you can't accept it. And it's gonna right?
Oh, you Zen master, you. Is that the sound of one hand clapping? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep. So it's really fascinating how that change of perception, that shift, that aha moment, when you can flip the coin over and look at things from multiple different perspectives.
Yeah.
So your word of the day is?
Oh, my word of the day is acceptance.
There you go. Acceptance.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yours?
Courage. You said it. It's courage. And so for me, the courage has to do with being able to continually look at myself, heal myself. I keep reading John Gordon's quotes, and really, really powerful about the most important relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. And when you can have that loving relationship with yourself, you can have more compassion and love for others. So my word is courageous. My mantra is I am courageous to keep going forward on my journey, to look at myself, to heal myself, so I can be the best version of myself to reach others. There you go. Courageous.
It's always about you. It's never about anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start there.
All absolutely.
Right. Moving on to the self-care segment. What are you doing today for self-care today? What are you doing to help your ECS, Sherry?
Okay, so to nourish and love my endocannabinoid system. So as you all know, yesterday I did a little bit of shamanic work. No, that wasn't yesterday. That was Monday.
Yeah.
I had an amazing, intense 6-hour shamanic journey. Yesterday was truly about integrating that experience. it was mind blowing, the things that were coming up and how I was able to perceive them and process them. And it was a true self-care day.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have some tools, and the biggest thing I got out of it when I came back into my body was this. I have a body. I have one body. I have this meat suit. That's what I call it, my meat suit. And no one's going to take care of it but me.
Right.
There is no one out there that is going to take care of this vessel but me.
Mm-hmm.
So today's tools, Carrie Lee, Nurse Carrie Lee, if you're out there, I just want to say God bless you for introducing this to me. I got a light box. So the reason why I have so much energy today is when my alarm went off, I flipped the light box on and started my meditation. And I'm telling you, 30 minutes of this, I felt like I had a cup of coffee, and I just felt filled. I felt like I filled my body up with light and self-love through self-care, through going deep within and listening to the voice of spirit. So, and then one other thing I'm doing too, which I wanted to show you guys yesterday, is part of what I need to do to heal my gut is I need to get adaptogens into my body. And these adaptogens getting into my gut help to activate my CB2 receptors, my pro-immunity. And so mushrooms or cacao, this is cacao. Cacao works on the CB2 receptors. It's great. It's like within the chocolate. And these are superfood mushroom powder mix. Now, just so you know, we're not promoting these. We're not making money off of showing these. We just want to show you some of the tools that we use. And the part that I love about the mushrooms is that it's replaced coffee for me. So it's reishi, lion's mane, chagra, and cordyceps. So we'll get into educating on fungus.
Oh yeah.
In one of our other shows.
I just started using some fungi for adrenal fatigue, because I wake up every morning at 3 a.m. and that's usually a sign that your adrenals are having issues. So I take those to take those every morning.
Wow.
My adrenal glands.
There you go.
Think about it. If we're in fight or flight all the time, which, these days we're always stimulated with a lot of negative energy and a lot of negative things going on, especially if you look at media, which I don't do. But even still, it gets through. You're assaulted with that all the time. You're in fight or flight. Your adrenals are always firing, always pushing out the cortisol, always pushing those hormones out. Over the course of time, they're just going to get fatigued. They're just not going to work as well as they should.
And the other point of that too, Mark, is if you think that if you are a health professional and you were working through this pandemic, and so not only are you dealing with the trauma of other families, you're dealing with your own trauma of taking care of these patients, plus your own personal life and your own self-care.
Yeah.
So here it is. You ready? Here's the big statement of the day.
Yeah.
There is no one more important than you.
Nobody. You're it.
You're the it. Yes.
So I'm going to nurture my ECS today by exercise.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
what are you going to do today to exercise? What's your choice of exercise modality?
High intensity interval training session. So that means it's going to be bursts of high intensity weightlifting, running, and then a moment of rest. So that bring that heart rate back down. So over time, when you do these kinds of workouts, you're bringing your heart rate up and then you're letting it rest and then bringing it back up. So you're creating that resiliency and automaticity in your body of being able to have a burst of energy and then let it go so that it's not overlapping for very long. So I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's my favorite.
That's so great. And one of the things I learned too, a few years ago when I was educating at a women's gym, they were saying that high intensity training, actually the after effect, you burn more calories. I've learned, but it could have changed. The numbers could have changed between an extra 200 and 300 calories throughout the day by just doing that type of exercise. So not only are you burning the calories during the exercise, but for hours after.
Yeah, Sherry, I've exercised since I was 17. I went in the Marine Corps. I've exercised almost every day since then. And you know what? I've done every single one. Back in the day when aerobics were the thing, I mean, that's pretty much what women did, was aerobics, right? Step aerobics, high impact, low impact. I was one of the only guys in the classes because I knew it was an amazing workout. So I've done all sorts of different kinds. This high intensity interval training, the CrossFit style, that sort of mentality, that type of workout has been the best that I've ever done.
So I'm just going to call you out on something, Mark, because I love you.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you didn't do aerobics classes and dancing, not only to meet women.
No, that was a byproduct of being
That
in
was
the
a
class.
byproduct.
That was a total byproduct.
I can totally see you being the only guy in there, and all these chicks are in their suits.
That's why I became a yoga instructor in 1998. It was because I loved yoga, but the byproduct was I was surrounded with amazing, very
Women.
intelligent women.
Yeah.
Yay me.
Yay you. I love you, Mark.
Guys would always bust my balls. So, what are you doing that for, Worcester? You're in the aerobics class. You're doing yoga. And I'm like, well, fellas, you should probably, I'm not going to tell you.
Right. You're awesome. Let's get back to Wednesday, Wild West Wednesday. What is going on in the industry? What is going on in the cannabis space? What is going on in the country? And today we're going to be talking about the feds raiding the Navajo Nation.
Yeah.
And Mark's going to pull up that article, and we're just going to have a quick, brief discussion about that and how we are extremely disappointed and saddened by what is happening.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to know more about the story, to be honest, Sherry.
Okay, let's get back into the story.
They destroyed 250,000 plants. It was a coordinated effort between the Navajo Nation security police forces and the FBI and the DEA. And so there were 1,100 greenhouses, hauled off 60,000 pounds of evidence. And so what was happening, I guess, I mean, based on these articles, it wasn't the Navajo people who were setting these up on Navajo lands. It was other people.
Yes, they were using Navajo lands, right?
Yeah,
they were using the Navajo property to.
Yeah. And they were even saying that it was black market Chinese. Now, there was another raid somewhere in 2020, and I think it was in Connecticut, and it was a grow operation that was run by illicit Chinese, people in the country who weren't supposed to be here, and some that were, and they were doing an illegal grow. And I love cannabis, and I think everybody should be able to grow it. But this is really a group of people taking advantage of an opportunity in the United States, really, honestly.
And then the part that's difficult is that the Navajos were, somehow implicated in all of this. You know what I mean? It was, it was like a, so then it's just like, what happens? So now we have all these resources, that are 100% trying to sort this out.
Yeah.
And who suffers? The indigenous.
Right. And here, I'm reading the article, Sherry, and, okay, I get that it was an illegal grow, and, we have laws and they have to be applied. And currently that's what the law is. So, they have to go and seize these things. But it's the language that they used in the articles that really kind of just stood out. Like I said, I'm not sure what is more amazing. Now, this is a guy, an FBI, head of a division of FBI, says, I'm not sure what is more amazing, the amount of high-grade marijuana we kept off America's streets, as if it's a bad thing, right? Or all the federal, state, local, and tribal agencies who tirelessly work together to overcome numerous challenges and get the job done. Okay, I like that he's talking about this collaboration between people. But that statement of keeping high-grade marijuana off the streets is just a rollback to the old bullshit that marijuana, cannabis is an awful scourge, like it should be kept off the streets of America. Not sure I can agree with that, Sherry.
I agree with you. I think that there's a lot of other things that are worse that should be kept off the streets.
What do you mean, like alcohol and tobacco that missed the scheduling in 1970? They're drugs. Yeah. They kill people. They're no good for anybody.
No, they're not. And we all know, too, I'm going to pipe in there, they downregulate and they don't nourish our endocannabinoid system.
They do not.
Do not at all.
Do not.
All right, Mr. Mark Worcester.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, quickly, I just have to get this in.
Let's do it.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Oh, my favorite holiday.
I know, we're gonna come on tomorrow at Thanksgiving, but all week long, we forgot to mention and to say Nurse Mark CBD. For as long as it lasts, he is doing a sale, buy one, get one free. All Nurse Mark CBD tinctures. Yep. I want to say thank you for serving people and for helping people and for bringing this amazing product so people can share it. The other thing that Nurse Mark is doing, which I'm so grateful for, is patients that book any type of an appointment under thegreennurse.com, they will also get a free bottle of CBD. So it could be a medical card renewal in Massachusetts, medical cannabis card certifications for Massachusetts, Iowa, New York, Maine, and Vermont. And also if you just wanted CBD education or just a nursing consultation or coaching. So that's
important, Sherry. I mean, really, cannabis is fabulous, but you need to really understand how it works best in your body, and you need someone to coach you on that.
Well, I'm just going to tell you through my experience, like when I was sick and suffering, I wish I had someone, because it took me 2 years to figure out how to make it work for me.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. It's a process, and people aren't.
It's a process.
They're used to having the doctor hand them a pill and say, "Here, try this for 2 weeks. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else."
And that's why
cannabinoid medicine does not work like that, right, babe?
It doesn't. Plant medicine does not work like that. And the part that's cool is with what we're able to do is give you tips and tricks and other tools that is going to help you make the cannabis work better, also going to save you money. So that's huge. So if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic pain or symptoms of chronic illness, or you want to learn how to incorporate cannabis into your lifestyle, visit us at www.thegreennurse.com and you will get a free bottle of CBD.
Yeah, and remember, if you're a nurse or a healthcare professional looking for mentorship and community, The Green Nurse. Come to The Green Nurse. We'll teach you how to meet and reach patients where the patients are in their journey to appropriately consult and educate on plant medicine and all the tools that support the ECS. And you know what, Sherry?
What?
I hope you all have an AFA day, and we're going to see you tomorrow on Thanksgiving.
Oh, we are. And remember, everyone, what it's truly about. It's about living your best life and helping others do the same.
All right. See you tomorrow, folks.